Some devils. J-Dog back to answer some more goddamn questions. Questions we're going over today are on the fucking video. Ross Dolan actually still listens to death metal? Question mark. According to one of the regular devils, he does. Yeah, not only that, but my buddy Brian Woody, I think he put it on this video. We'll see if we get to Woody's. But he said it on something. He might have said it about somebody else too. But he's like, yeah, Ross totally still listens to death metal, and yeah, I can see that. I can see Ross. I'm just saying a lot of the guys at the caliber of Immolation, I think don't. But if Ross listening to death metal, hell, the guy's got the fucking coolest ass fucking long hair of probably anybody in the death metal scene, right? And Immolation, like some people like they don't like the later albums and stuff, but again, I put them in the Deicide Cannibal Corpse. Even if you don't, I mean, at least they were consistent. I mean, does the newest or the last 3, 4, 5 records do they sound like Dawn of Possession? No, but it's still fucking brutal death metal. Those killer ass fucking Ross Dolan vocals, singing about primarily just fucking darkness and dark topics. So yeah, they didn't pull a fucking goddamn Carcass, Tiamat, fucking all the other likes that we bring up. So regardless, respect there, you know. But yeah, I can see fucking Ross listening to death metal. So I actually scrolled to the first comment. I was looking for questions, but from Gode Tacha, I heard it sounds like I didn't fully read it. I just saw Ross Dolan in the goddamn kind of a paragraph that would be worth reading off. Could be wrong though. We'll kind of see there because I saw rigor mortis in there. We kind of talk about that too. Goddamn, guys, realize Immolation was called pre-rigor mortis. You familiar with that? So I figured it'd be a little bit of education because I saw rigor mortis. I saw Ross Dolan. I saw 24/7 death metal. So I was like, let's read this fucking comment. It's a little wrong, and it's from Gode Tantra. Goddamn it. So, anywho, staking on that topic that Ross Dolan still listens to death metal, let's find out. Gode Thompson seems to think he does, but we'll see. Ross Dolan listens to nothing but slam brutal death metal 24/7. First off, how would you know that? Do you live with them? Um, yeah, you'd have to pretty much live with the person to be around them 24/7 and know that's all they listen to 24/7. And I don't know if you're saying that kind of like as a compliment or an insult because you say slam brutal death metal. Depends on what your stance is. I know people that bring up the slam brutal death metal and they're saying that as a major fucking insult. And I know others, they're saying it like it's the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread. So depends what your stance on that is. So not quite sure where you're going yet. If you're ripping on Ross or all about Ross. But let's see here, goddammit. He said way back in 1988 that Immolation was influenced by necrophagia, possessed, destruction, sentence of death, creator pleasure to kill, sepultura, more visions, and only the Death and Mantis demo stage recordings. Oh yeah, and actually, you know what? The first time I met Ross too was the first or second time. I think it was the first time. I remember asking him specifically. I don't know why. Keep in mind, I'm literally a kid. It was '99 Fearless for God's tour. I was 14 years old. You know, so super excited about death metal and asking people, "Oh, you like Deicide?" So I asked Ross. I was like, "We're talking about music." I was like, "Do you like Deicide?" He's like, "Ah, not really." He's like, "I was always more of a Morbid Angel guy." Which at that time, so he obviously liked Morbid Angel. And keep in mind, again, before people throw out stupid fucking shit too, this is '99. So they were on Formula's Fatal Flesh. So the Heretic didn't exist, Kill a Cop, and all that bullshit didn't exist. Because I'm getting a lot of these young teenagers that are coming here making comments, like some stuff's embarrassing. It's like, dude, not when they started off. Again, Dying Fetus, when they started off, was not even close to like they weren't thrown in that yo boy fucking realm. Like on purification through violence, infatuation with lovers. What are you talking about? So if it's one of the older devils, they started off liking them and they still like them. It's like, well, yeah, dude, this was I was in them way before any of them fucking canoes were even goddamn born. Cradle of Filth, same thing. When they first started off, I'm telling you right now, I know people that were actually there at the time. They said they bought the real devils. Principle of Evil Made Flesh, when they bought it in 1994, we're like, dude, that was like one of the most evil records that came out at the time. And they know the real shit. They know the blasphemies. They know the archgoats. So I don't want to hear anything fucking stupid as fuck. So, but yeah, what they went on to go do was, so what do? Like, you chuck the good albums in the trash? Do you still not, do you not own Metallica Kill 'Em All? I do. That's a great Metal Master fucking piece. Did they canoe it up like a motherfucker later on? Fuck yeah, but that doesn't mean you get rid of the greats. But anyways, as far as the Deicide Morbid Angel thing, I always kind of thought, oh, yeah, well, doesn't like Deicide, just Morbid Angel. Why not both? And it reminded me, because I've met people over the years, yeah, I don't really like Metallica. I was more of a Megadeth guy. Or I'm more of a Metallica guy, not a Megadeth. I'm just like, you know, you're allowed to like both, right? You don't have to choose. You're allowed to get pepperoni and sausage on that fucking pizza. You don't have to just get one. You do know that option exists, right? Anyways, what the fuck I leave off with this goddamn comment? Back in the rigor mortis days, he was so metal that he rusts in the rain. Well, keep in mind so far what you're reading off, and like I said, I do get the vibe that Ross actually does listen to death metals. But as a fucking, just in general, if we were talking about somebody else, or in case he actually doesn't, um, well, all the guys back in the days when they first started, they I mean, yeah, of course they're enthusiastic about it. Hell, even Glenn Benton kind of was, and he openly admits, I do not listen to this shit. His exact words on the last interview with that fucking deathcore looking motherfucker. Pretty good interview though. It came out just 6 months ago. Specifically says, but in the '80s and shit, when the '87 demo came out, probably even first album era, he was listening to Nasty Savage, Venom, Possessed, shit like that. Even Morbid Angel, he insinuated because he said he was almost in Morbid Angel. But now he doesn't listen to shit at all. So Ross in '88, okay, yeah, I never would have thought otherwise that back then he did. If any of the guys of his caliber. Oh, and yeah, just so you guys know, yeah, because he brought the rigor mortis. So, do you guys know that rigor mortis shit? My first experience with rigor mortis I have to this day. Um, the very first rigor mortis rehearsal demo was 1987, Peace Through Tyranny. There's a bootleg 7-inch of it on 3 different colors: green, orange, and clear, I believe. I think I own one of each fucking. That came out about 20 years ago now. Hells was still, we were still living with our parents at the time, and we were probably like, I was probably like 18 years old when that came out, and we got them in stock, and that's how I heard it. That's the very first Immolation demo. Fucking fantastic. And then there's one or two other demos. There's there's that 12-inch LP that's really good too. It's a bootleg double LP with all the Immolation demos on there and the Rigor Mortis demos. What is it called? Ancient Blood or something. It's got the werewolf on it. I might have showed it on camera, or maybe I should, but that's fantastic. If you don't know any of that, get that too, because it has both rigor. I think there's only 2 rigor mortis demos, 2 or 3, but I'm pretty sure only 2. The rehearsal demo, Peace Through Tyranny. I think there's one other. It's got those demos, and it's got all the demos under Immolation, and even the Here and After demo is on that double LP. But yeah, Immolation was initially called Rigor Mortis. Not that that's like so many obscure fucking death metal, only death heads are fucking real. No, but I'm sure there's some fucking 15-year-old watching this that didn't know that. And hey, we don't just throw guys onto the bus over here. We give a little bit of fucking education too and shit to check out. Anyways, where the fuck that we go? Yeah, back in the Rigor Mortis days, he was so metal, Rust in the Rain. Through the years, he's kept up with the most brutal, heavy, dark, scary, evil, disturbing music available. He's probably online every moment, not on stage, researching whatever the most brutal slam death metal is out there. I kind of doubt that, to be honest with you, but maybe he might. And just like the rest of us, if it ain't as heavy as Mortician, it's not on the Ross Dolan playlist. Dude, I highly doubt that. There's no fucking way. He's definitely listening to at least classic metal, too, as I do, too. You telling me he doesn't listen to Iron Maiden? He doesn't listen to Judas Priest? He doesn't listen to Black Sabbath? And I get, there's no doubt in my mind he listens to classic rock too. I'm not a big classic rock guy. Songs here and there, but I just never was. If you count Black Sabbath and Judas Priest as classic rock, as my dad does, then I like some. Then those are classic rock bands I like. If you count AC/DC classic rock, actually I kind of do. I like them too, especially the early shit from Bon Scott. Goddammit it. There's no way he doesn't like any of that shit. He probably likes Van Halen and Zeppelin stuff, so he definitely likes that too. And then as far as other metal, well, I can guarantee. Well, he definitely likes Merciful Fate. They covered Satan's Fall. Goddammit. It ain't as heavy as Mortician. I don't even consider Merciful Fate particularly heavy, to be honest. One of my favorite bands of all time, so I'm not talking shit. But I mean, when I'm thinking the heavy shit, like Tom G says, I still listen to heavy stuff. I'm aware. Yeah, 1982, Merciful Fate was kind of considered a little heavy. It's not anymore compared to Immolation. Merciful Fate ain't fucking heavy. It's just classic metal greatness. So yeah, Ross Dolan ain't only listening to the shit as heavy as Mortician. And quite frankly, I don't think anybody is. Nor should you. That'd be kind of stupid. And your selection of bands would be extremely fucking limited. I mean, Cannibal Corpse isn't as heavy as fucking Immolation, so they automatically suck. I'm sure he likes at least something by Cannibal Corpse, or at least thinks the first album is okay at the very least. I highly doubt he thinks it blows chunks. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. He helped bands like Broken Hope get started. Oh, did he? I mean, other than probably being an influence on him, I don't know. Did he actually help them? Because of his desire to see heavier bands have decent material with availability to wider audience. He was like the Eric Lindmark of the desert. It kind of sounds like this guy's a complete fanboy, which nothing wrong with that. I'm a big Immolation fan too, but I think he's giving him a little bit too much. I wouldn't say too much credit, but almost a little bit where even Ross went, "Oh, some of this ain't fucking true." But nonetheless, you got your supporters and followers there, Ross. Andy Barker, my wife told me yesterday she was looking at moving to Ohio. Oh, yeah? You ain't missing much in case you don't. Immediately thought about running into J-Dog and calling me a poser. True story. Ohio's a pretty decent sized state. There's a lot of motherfuckers here in Ohio that I've never ran into in my life, so it doesn't mean automatically you'd run into me. However, if you're new to kind of the Cleveland area and you're going into the Cleveland shows, then yes, you would definitely run into me at one point or another. And if you didn't, that means you weren't showing up because I show up. Because when guys, J Dog don't go to many shows. What are you talking about? J Dog goes to all the fucking shows he likes. He just doesn't go to bullshit that he doesn't fucking like. Why would I? Jabberjaw Myers. Hey, J Dog, I was wondering, was Speedwolf ever going to release another album with Hell's Headbangers? You guys could get all the blabbermouth and shit going about it if you want, because to be completely honest, I'm a little curious myself. Granted, I bumped into Reed at his band Overdose played with it was the Deceased Accusation. Actually, where I did put the Deceased interview with King Volley. It was at that. Was it at that? Yeah, I think it was. I think it was at that. But later then I bumped into Reed. I talked to him for a good 10 minutes. I think it's the second or third time I've ever met him in person. I don't even know what the full story is with Speedwolf breaking up. I think Chase knows all the scuttlebutt, but as usual, whenever I ask him anything, he gives me the most blow off fucking 2 second half ass fucking reply of any answer you could possibly get. Hell, even if it's in person, that's what I get. Just I don't get along. That's about it. But yet he knows the whole thing, but that tells me shit. So you'd think I know all the inside fucking drama and gossip and shit. I motherfucking don't. So I actually don't know fully what happened. I know they were planning on doing another. I really wish they did. To be completely honest, for me, Speedwolf, I was like, it's okay. It's Motorhead type worship. Is it something I would personally buy? No. Is it respectable metal? Yeah. Do they have kind of a cool image with the cover and shit? I like the cover art. Yeah. But it's not like a record. It's not even a record I picked up. Listened a couple times. I'm kind of like, I don't even know why this is so goddamn popular, to be honest with you. But Reed's a cool guy. Cool for him. But I wanted to help them to do another album, especially with Hells, because god damn, that was a fucking seller. I'm not going to say it's our number one seller of all time, but it's definitely the top 10 of all time. It might even be in the top 5 of all time. It was a very, very hot seller, that album. So, of course, I wanted to do another album. But from what I heard from the very, very 3 second half-ass answer Chase gave me was the guys, they don't get along, which I don't know why. Again, you didn't get the full answer. Why Reed couldn't just keep doing it and just get different members? Because from what I understand, it was primarily his band, right? I could be wrong on that. Don't know anything about the other guys actually whatsoever. I don't even know their fucking names. It's funny because maybe I met them and shit at point. I've seen Speedwolf once when they played here in Cleveland. I think it was with Nunslaughter, probably in about shit. That might have been like fucking what 08, 09? If I'm not mistaken, that was at the what venue was that on fucking Detroit there? It wasn't No Class, wasn't Foundry, it's other that not Grot. What the fuck is it? The place that's goddamn man, but it wasn't the Common too, because it's usually at the Foundry or No Class. But it's the other club that's over there, not the Fantasy, the one that's on the goddamn corner. All the Cleveland guys fucking know they're shouting out. I'm pretty sure it was Nunslaughter, Deceased, and Speedwolf. I could be wrong. Maybe it was just Nunslaughter and Speedwolf, but that's when I did see Speedwolf. And I remember, even when we got the demo tapes in before we signed them, the Bark at the Poon. They blew up real quick. So I don't know what the fuck fully happened. So any of you guys that know all the girl gossip, kind of put it in there because I actually am kind of curious. Like I said, I could have just asked Reed in person. Kind of just didn't think of it. It's not like it's keeping me up at night. So I would be curious now they bring it up. So doesn't look like we are because the guys don't get along from the half-ass answer I got. So they no longer exist. So, and I'm pretty sure that's why. That's just how I took it, anyways. Reed went off and did Overdose. I just put 2 and 2 together. I could be completely wrong on it, though. You guys know more? Put it in there, goddammit, because I'm not sure myself. What is this? Millennium over Gorga? What the fuck? Andrew Pequita, Erosion of Sanity is top 10 death metal albums ever for me. Cool. Definitely not for me, but just an opinion. I agree. I'll take the first Gorguts over Imperial Doom, but not Millennium. Oh, man. First Gorguts over Imperial Doom? No way, brah. Not even close for me. Millennium might have a terrible album cover with the Easter eggs, but that album is a masterpiece. Oh, I agree. Yeah, Millennium, that's a fantastic record. And I'm officially saying it. It's stated on J-Dog's channel, so it's law, goddammit, of the underground. Worst death metal album that actually matters. Not some fucking bullshit that's just mediocre as fucking nobody cares about. Worst death metal masterpiece album art cover, where the album's a masterpiece, but the cover art sucks fucking dickhole, is goddamn Monstrosity Millennium. That's got to be the worst cover. But I don't even think anybody even comes close. Like some of the Malevolent Creation covers are kind of like not the greatest. Either they could be a little argued as cartoony or kind of like, what is this? Like you look at Stillborn and kind of like, what is this? A floating fucking head, floating fish? Like what? Like kind of what is it? but they're not like Millennium's just flat out dumb. Like it doesn't say anything death metal. You know what I mean? So I don't even know who would be like there is other bad covers, but I think it's so far number one. I don't think anybody's even coming close to outdoing it, unless there's somebody I'm completely forgetting. Again, respectable fucking death metal albums, not some fucking random bullshit that I'm sure somebody's gonna throw in there. I'm like, what? I never heard of this. You heard it, goddammit. Millennium, worst goddamn death metal cover in existence. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking too. If I ever meet Corpse Grinder again, which it's possible, but I doubt it, I'm definitely asking them about that. Eno, Enol, however the fuck you pronounce that? Question marks. iDog, some questions for you. How many records slash CDs slash tapes would you say you listen to a day on average? Three, I would say. Three is a pretty average number. Also, what's your favorite Nunslaughter release? Hard to say because if I had to only pick one, I would technically want to pick something that's kind of a full length. So my favorite album is Hell's Unholy Fire, easily without a doubt. Um, but some of my favorite releases are like the Burn the Cross 7-inch, the Cerebus 7-inch, and the Trifricate 7-inch. Those are probably my three favorite 7-inches. I don't know about probably. I would just say that they are. Um, but if I had to just pick something, I would pick because there's only 2 to 4 songs. You know, Cerebus there's 2 songs, Burn the Cross, there's 4 songs, and Trafficate, I believe there's 4. I went on to pick something that small. Now, you can make the argument too. Why not pick one of the Devil's Conjuries? And you could argue that. You could argue that because you get a lot more. To be honest with you, that is what I do listen the most is the Devil's Conjuries. Just usually the first disc. Disc 2 and disc 3 is kind of like for the ultra diehards, which is like, hey, you get a bonus disc. It's kind of like Dawn of the Dead recordings, rehearsals, and some bullshit ass fucking recordings that only a diehard's going to listen to. Even myself, I listen to it usually once, and to be completely honest, I'll probably listen to maybe one more time in my entire lifetime. But the disc one on all the Devil's Conjuries, what are we on number 4 right now? Working on number 5? I think we're on number 4. Pretty almost positive number 4. Those are 1 through 4, all 4 are total bangers. Those are what I would say when I'm listening to Nunslaughter, I'm listening to the most often. As a matter of fact, though, I actually did just listen to Nunslaughter yesterday. I listened to that repress. I thought it was a really nice release. I forget what label did it, though. We got some in stock. The Hell's Unholy Fire double disc that came out was cool. The disc 2 has the very first live show that Nunslaughter ever did. It sounds really fucking good, too. So I listened to that, the live show, and then right after disc change, I put the album Hell's Unholy Fire. So I listened to Hell's Unholy Fire just yesterday on the first live show. That was a good. That was a cool release. How it concluded the first goddamn live show, and it doesn't sound like ass. It sound quality is really really good. So in case you're kind of thinking, hey, getting in Nunslaughter, I like him. I liked everything I heard. I don't own anything. What's something to buy to start off with? To be completely honest, that would be if you're just a brand new fan. That Hell's Unholy Fire double disc again in stock. I think we have like 5 or so left. So if you really want to get it, act now. So I'm not sales pitching. I don't give a shit. 5 copies will be gone and whatever. It's not like I'm we'll move them. I'm not worried about that. That's for damn sure. I'm just saying that's a very good place if you do like Nunslaughter. You're looking to start. That's a great place to start. The first album, it's got the very first show on there. Sounds great. Who this? What was it, $12, $13? I don't know what the fuck we sell for. Maybe $10, 10, 12, $13, some shit like that. I don't know. That'd be a great place to start. Mendo 7781, J Dog should make sure in every video to say, "What's heavier than Pantera?" Shit cracks me up every time. Dude, the funny thing is that the guy that said that's a Reaper story for you too. That wasn't me. He said that was the guy's exact words. Like I think some people think that that's just me throwing it in. No, that was literally the guy's exact words. Because it was at Denny's and Craig's sitting there fucking he had his vest on and he has a Creator Pleasure to Kill back patch and the guy's just sitting at the Denny's bar, where they have kind of coffee. And Craig worked at Denny's, but he was off the clock. He's leaving. He's got his vest on. He's like, "Hey, man, you listen to metal?" And Craig's like, "Yeah, I like metal." He's like, "Yeah, do you listen to stuff like Pantera?" Craig's like, "No, I like bands heavier than Pantera." He's like, "What's heavier than Pantera?" Craig's like, "Lots of stuff." That's the story. He's like, but the thing is, he's like, he wasn't totally douchey because I was talking to him then. He's like, and he actually legitimately didn't know and wanted to learn. He wasn't like trying to tell you like, "Oh, dude, that's the heaviest shit." When where they're telling you like it's fact and they're clueless fucking canoe. from what I heard, he's like, yeah, he actually wanted to learn. So respect there because the guy just didn't know, but he was uninformed. He was looking to get fucking informed. So I kind of respect that. But that's where that goddamn story fucking started off. And yeah, if I ever get merch lines going or anything like that, the slogans, because goddamn Lego lovers making stickers and shit, the Pantera one's got to be it. But it's got to be something to where it'd be funny. Yeah, what's heavier than Pantera? Question mark on the front, and I don't know, on the back, lots of stuff. I don't know, something along the lines, goddamn it. Well, that one's got to be in there. If there's ever a goddamn J Dog slogan, because fucking yeah, that is the best. When I first heard about that, I was like, dude, the thing is, why that's so fucking funny is because I can 1000% see multiple people saying that shit, especially at that fucking time. Like that, they're being serious, like fucking out of the loop canoe. God, that's all I call them. Cows pushing shit. You gonna do? Put in the couch box, devil. See you tomorrow. Later. God damn it.